An Illinois woman is being sued by an employee at a public library after she basically spread a lot of misinformation about the library employee. Now, there is a pajamas media conservative blogger by the name of Megan Fox. She doesn't look like the Megan Fox you're thinking about, but she is very much against pornography. She's very much against public education, which is why she homeschools all three of her kids.
I'm for both those things, by the way.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I'm pro both those things.
Okay.
Go ahead,
all right,
sorry.
Interesting. She is also a person who thinks that Obama was not born in the United States. I mean, she is against governmental programs or any type of governmental entity, including public libraries, which is why she's kind of going after this public library. Anyway, one day she goes in, she claims that she needed to go to the library because her phone wasn't working and she had a work-related emergency that she needed to tend to. When she got into the library with her children, her young children, she says, she realized that there was a section for adults and a section for young children. And so she needed to go to the adult section to use the computers, and the library employee told her, well, you can't take your kids up there, that's adults only, they need to be 18 years or older to use those computers. And she's like, well, I have a friend with me that can take care of my kids, but what if I didn't? What do I do? And the library employee told her, well, you have a friend to take care of your kids, let the friend take care of your kids and go take care of business. So she did, and apparently she found something that was appalling. Take a look.
I walked into the adult computer room and there was a man right in front of me where I was sitting with giant photographs on the screen of naked, oiled up women. Okay, breasts out on the screen in the public library. Now there are no shields, around the computers. You can see at what everyone is looking at. There was another woman sitting across from him, laughing maniacally like she was on meth or something to herself. It was like a mental institution up there. And I'm supposed to take my children in there so I can check my email real quick? Absurd. Anyway, I took care of what I had to take care of in the 5 minutes I said it would take me and went back downstairs. I said to the same woman behind the desk that I had just talked to, excuse me, but here's why you should allow parents with children to use the children's computers. Because if I had taken my children up there like you suggested, I would have exposed them to pornography.
Okay. So the library employee did not suggest like, oh yeah, take your kids up there to the adult section. She kept saying like, that's for 18 and older individuals, right? But she kept saying, well, I have my young kids with me. I want my kids to go. So I think at some point the library employee might have, I don't even believe what this Megan Fox woman is saying, suggested, okay, fine, then go ahead and take the kids.
Right.
But yes, a lot of public libraries do have this policy. They don't ban pornography in the adult section. It's a First Amendment issue. They consider it a First Amendment issue, which is why they allow it.
Yeah, they don't put this safe search on.
Yeah.
Look, I think if you're in a position in your life where the only place you can masturbate is the library, cut this person some slack. I mean, clearly they have other problems. They are probably homeless. They can't pay their electric bill. They can't afford a computer, which is everyone has a computer. This person's been through enough. Don't chastise them for, trying to pleasure themselves up by the adult section.
I don't believe her. I don't believe her for a second, and I don't think anyone's masturbating in the library. I think that if you are masturbating in the library, you're going to get the cops called on you, and you're going to get arrested for public indecency.
Now,
right? And so, I'm sorry, Gina, I just have to jump in really quick. I don't understand her obsession with checking out what other people are doing on the computer. Like, is that what she does at work? Does she go around looking at the other coworkers' computer screens? Like, oh no, you can't be looking at that. What if there were children in here? Dude, you're the one who's imposing. You're the one who's bringing your kids to the library. Yeah. And basically, I don't even, what's the right word?
Dumb
it's the
dumb.
Adult section.
She's a dumb.
She's unbearable. Anyway,
and that's continue. The thing. I get her point. Like, you're a library. You think a library is a very wholesome place, and they have the little circle with the little trains, and you're like, oh my God, it's tits on oil and whatever she said. But given the other things you said about this particular Megan Fox, it's hard to take her seriously. It's hard not to find this hilarious. And like I said, if you have to walk or take the bus 5 blocks you have enough problems.
Yeah.
Megan Fox, leave these people alone.
So she doesn't want to leave them alone. In fact, her YouTube channel right now is dedicated to a library investigation. And as a result, this very, very pressing matter, this is, serious journalism.
Right.
She's done the following, okay? She's filed hundreds of Freedom of Information Act requests on library policies and employees. She's also filed at least 34 complaints with the Illinois Attorney General alleging transparency law violations by library staffers.
Aye.
Now, there is a very, very specific person that she's going after. Bridget Bittman, who is an employee at the library, and she has basically defamed her in every way that she can online, and now Bittman is suing her for defamation.
Good.
Now, as a result of all of these Freedom of Information documents that she's filed, it's cost the suburban Chicago library more than $125,000 in legal fees and keeps 2 library employees busy for about 35 hours a week.
Does Megan Fox not understand what a library is? They're not making any money by renting the books. They just give you the books for free. They don't have $125,000 to deal with this.
When you watch her videos, you can just sense the disdain that she has for public libraries, right? Like, she has that conservative mentality. Why are my tax dollars going toward a public library? It's government waste. They don't know how to function properly. They're incompetent. It's the same thing over and over again that you would hear from most conservatives. Now, what did she do when it came to Bridget Bittman? Well, Fox apparently found a photo online through a Google image search of Bittman holding a bottle of champagne, which she posted on her own Facebook page and suggested that she drank alcohol while engaged in work duties at the library. Wow. Why are you wasting your time? The thing that kind of makes me laugh about this is she thinks that she's doing like
The Lord's
serious
work.
journalism.
Yeah, and that. Doesn't she has children. This is what this started this whole thing, right?
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody got the Child Protective Services involved and said, with the amount of time you're spending trying to take down a library, which is the worst action hero movie ever, you might want to stop neglecting your children, because that seems like a lot of time being wasted and not a lot of time being a parent.
That's actually a really good point. It's a really good point. Well, now she's facing that lawsuit. We'll see how it goes, but it's just amazing to me how she thinks she's doing important work.
Oh, Lord.